Welcome to the Brews with Bros show, where we explore the art of marketing and selling in your local community. We bring in high-performing guests who share their methods of generating sales and new leads using network groups, social media, and Web 3.0. Whether you're a small business owner or in sales, this show is for you. So grab a brew and join us as we learn from the best in the biz. Cheers!
Today we're going to be talking about real estate. Zach is an agent with Ansley in North Georgia. He's got a commitment to real estate, has a ton of market knowledge and a lot of great ideas. Servant leader, Zach has served our country. He was a combat medic in the U.S. Army, former police officer, enjoys working with his clients, and just his core values come through: honesty, passion, and accountability. Zach has 10 plus years of sales experience, works extremely hard representing his clients, lives in the Alpharetta area for 8 plus years. He and his wife, Kimberly, have one daughter, Mia. As a family, they enjoy hiking, rock climbing, and watching Mia's ballet recitals. Zach's been to a couple of our Brews with Bros. We've got one tonight. Hopefully he can make it, but glad to have another bro in our podcast today, and looking forward to this interview. So welcome,
awesome.
Zach.
Welcome, Zach.
Glad to be here.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
All right, man. Well, I had a beer with you a couple weeks ago and got to know you. We recently had an opportunity to work together for one of your clients and help her find a home, and that was awesome. Enjoyed just getting to know you, man. You've got a very unique background. I just find it intriguing as I talked with you, kind of the ways that you approach how you gather business. And so on this show, we like to just kind of talk with our local professionals, the guys that are in this Brews with Bros networking group with us, and just get to know them better. And so this is kind of our opportunity to just kind of quiz you, man, and just tell us your secret sauce if you want to. But if you wouldn't mind, just give us kind of a quick and dirty of your background and how you got into real estate. And the floor is yours, man.
All right. Well, started off with public service. I guess my whole life I wanted to be a soldier and a cop. And so I went to the Army. There I learned some valuable tools about leadership, accountability, right place, right time, right uniform. And then for the other public services that I've done, which is firefighting, EMS, and corrections and police work, what deserves, what is that fire you have to put out, and what is really not a fire that you need to get overwhelmed and worked up about? And I feel like in sales, people get really worked up and stressed out about things that aren't life or death. They are important, but I think coming from the background that I come from, it gives me a sense of confidence and calmness, if you will, to be able to put those fires out and be transparent about everything. I screenshot things and send them to my clients so there's no misinterpretation of things. Like, I'm the most transparent when it comes to communication. So that's kind of what I learned about in the public services.
Love it, man. There's kind of a little bit of an overlap there too. So you mentioned something about technology and all that, and this can just be a sales call, basically, I guess, and just talking about sales strategy and everything. I'm getting back into real estate after being out of it for about 4 years, but I noticed coming back how easily it is for people to just take, like you said, screenshots, texting with clients, communicating with them. I guess what is the way that you stay on top of your clients, and how do you kind of stay engaged with them? What's the best way they communicate? Do they kind of just, is it an all of the above, or?
So yeah, it is an all of the above, but everybody's busy, right? Like everybody works from home. Some people have to go to the office. Everyone's busy. They're scheduled out, especially here in the North Metro. You've got a million different events for your kids. You're working a 6-figure job to provide for those kids. You've got a million different directions to go. So I'll send emails and texts, but I also will take my phone, and I've shown you this. I'll film myself giving them a little update on what's going on, and tell them, watch it at your convenience. I know you're busy. This isn't urgent. Take a look when you can and let me know what you think. You don't have to call me back. Just send me a text, whatever have you. And that's just one thing that I've noticed, that I get positive feedback every time I do it. These folks have never had somebody that's just sends them a FaceTime video of them talking that they can watch at their convenience. And that has set me apart from my peers in a big way, I feel like, since I started implementing it. So
how do you record that?
Awesome.
So is it, do you just 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 kind of pick a topic and just kind of pull something out and put your own twist on it.
Yeah.
Um,
So it can be an update like how the market is this month in Alpharetta. Like we have these things, the Ansley, we put out stats, and I can give a stat update really quick. Just film a. You want it to be under 30 seconds if you can, because obviously everybody has a different caliber phone, so you don't know what the quality of it is going through. But my crap video, as one of my old mentors used to say, my crap video is going to outdo your no video every single
Yeah.
time. So,
yeah.
I'm just not, um, I guess, what is it called? I'm not insecure about sending that out and it looking like crap or whatever. I want them to feel like they're valued and they're getting 100% attention.
I feel like that gets more genuine response, or it looks more genuine, right? Like it doesn't look like
Absolutely.
you're filming this in a studio. This was all set up, right? Like it just looks like,
Yes.
hey. But how do you get that out to, how do you get that out in masses though, right? Like you have, I'm
Yeah.
assuming more than three contacts that you send this out to.
Yes.
What's your,
So depending on the type of video, like if it's just an update video on what we're doing with our contract that we've submitted on, that's a personal video. But for my bulk ones, what I'll do is Ansley has a plethora of tools for the e-campaign that you can do, and you can actually embed these videos into emails. You can embed them into text. Now, I used to individually, put in a text box with each contact, send it out individually. And that was tedious and time consuming, but it worked as well. But now they have, automated campaigns that you can set it all up. You film your video for that week, um, and you embed it and then send it out and let the computer do the rest. And people love it.
Yeah, I love this, Zach. So a couple of weeks ago, you were telling me about this, and then I went kind of exploring. And I don't know if it's coincidence or what, but our company just started with a service called a Vidyard. It's vidyard.com, but it's kind of like this all-in-one platform that helps you record videos and upload
Yeah.
it quickly. You can do screen share and everything. So there's just a lot of companies that are jumping on that because, for someone like you, someone like me, it's almost like we don't meet our clients. I don't sometimes meet the clients unless I go to closing, which I try to do. But
Yep.
so I tried that. I was all nervous about making a video. I did it the other day because you were showing me this. And I was like,
Hmm.
all right, I'm just going to hit send. And this lady loved it. She's like, wow, no kidding. And this is someone that came on referral. She starts blowing me up and we're
Yep.
talking and getting the application going and everything. And it was a couple like that to her and her agent.
Yep.
And, it was, you might feel self-conscious doing it. It's like, who needs to see my face? But your clients need to see you. They need to kind of put a face with the name. So
Exactly.
you're not, I mean, I think it's awesome strategy. I'm taking notes
I'm
so you
gonna
can
add to
embed it
that too.
into, you can
Yep.
embed
Yeah.
it into text, like you said.
Yep.
Um,
And if you want
anyway,
to
yeah.
kill all the birds with one stone, if you start your YouTube channel, which that's something I've been slacking on this year, um, but I used to do it. You can actually put them on YouTube and then embed them. So now your YouTube channel is also getting traffic from your emails that are going out. So it's just another way you can kind of double dip on this, doing the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's genius.
yeah, absolutely. What about like so you pretty much just, instead of basically sending a text message of saying, hey, your contract is ready or whatever, you're recording a video of you, kind of similar doing that same thing,
Yeah.
but it's you saying, hey, congrats, like got a, closing date or
Yes.
whatever it might be. That's awesome. Cool. That's
Exactly.
super cool.
And so your company, Ansley, they offer some type of content generating thing that you can push to your socials. Is that what you were talking about?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
pretty much every week, there's something new to put
Yeah.
out there. I
That was a
love the
rhetorical
content.
question because
Oh
I see
yeah.
those all the time. They look awesome. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. It's grade A. So
Where
I
else do you
love working for
post your
Ansley.
stuff? Is it would you do the videos? Does it go on like your LinkedIn page? We talked about the
No.
YouTube, obviously, but
So mostly with me right now, it's just generated through my email and through my text messaging. Like I said, since I got with Ansley in December, I've been working with the Duncan Residential Group. We've been talking about how we want our brand to be represented online. So I haven't really started back up my YouTube channel yet, but that is the project now that, Spring Market was crazy great this year. and there was opportunity everywhere. So I was just busy every single day. I was running 12 to 15-hour days. So I just didn't have the time to really get into it like I wanted to, which is a good thing. But now that the season's kind of slowing a little bit, I mean, there's still opportunity out there, but it has slowed down a little bit. So now I can actually start to block off some time for my YouTube channel that I'm going to start doing. And that'll just be, some market update stuff. It'll be fun stuff for families to do around the metro that I feel like needs to be highlighted. And then, just events and things that are about to happen in the coming city center here. I mean, it's a great venue up here for the amphitheater. Down in Alpharetta's got amazing events. Roswell, all my little areas. I want to really highlight how special it is here in the North Metro. So that will be coming up this fall and winter. I'm going to be storing all of that content and then releasing it kind of 1 or 2 videos a week once I get my.
Yeah. So
I think that's
consistency, right? Is the big thing.
Exactly.
I think it's a brilliant strategy for your area and the area that you're in. If you think about the area that we're in here in Alpharetta, I'm a transplant from Denver from a few years ago, but I know so many people that are just moving to this area. A lot of my clients are from out of state, and so that kind of stuff, like you've got plenty of material to show. It's just like you gotta make it personal and show them like the new developments, Alpharetta, everything that's going on at Avalon. I mean, that's like the envy of every other major city in the United States of kind of the things that they have here. So showcase it, use your technology, and
Exactly.
do you do the drone thing? Do realtors still do that? Do
Yeah,
like drone flyovers and all that?
Yes, I have. Falcon Drone Works is one of my go-to drone companies that I use for flyovers of properties. And then, but really, the drone doesn't do the best at filming inside the house, obviously. So you want to either a high quality iPhone, or if I mean, there's companies that come in and do it through the house video. Falcon Drone Works pretty much does the outside portion, and then I hire my photographers and that I use on a consistent basis for listings. So yeah, and then I always do my own.
Zach.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was sorry for interrupting you. I was going to say, so you actually you're part of you focus mostly on listing new houses, or trying to get people in, or kind of a little bit of both? What's your?
So I used to be focused on listings only. I mean, it's a great model to go after. And if you're really good on the phone, it's awesome to go after. Personally, right now, since I got on the Duncan residential team, I am focused on buyers and how I can help buyers. We are kind of focused in the luxury market. So what I'm doing right now is a lot more time consuming than listings, but I also get a lot more quality time with my clients, which I like. I like making those connections. I like watering those friendships, if you will, because these folks don't just become clients; they become part of our friends, part of the people we look out for in the community. I'm always looking out for their best interests, and I really like that. The listing side of things, don't get me wrong. If you're getting the listings, it is very lucrative, but there's a lot of what do you call it? A lot of letdown, if you will. There's a lot of no's before you get a yes. And if you're not really good at pivoting on the phone, you are not going to get those listings. So I shy away from it for right now, as the busy season was for buyers. But I'll start making those calls again, and struggling through those as well. But again, it's all time blocks at that point. When I'm not in busy season, I'll do 90 minutes to 2 hours of some sort of prospecting on those listings, whether that's calling expireds, calling for sale by owners. And again, I'll implement my videos as well there. Hey, this is Zach Van Zyl. I just reached out to you. I just wanted to put a face to a voice, so I'm not just another voice on the phone. If you're interested in getting your home sold and making a little bit more money on it, give me a call. Boom. That simple. And you usually get some good feedback. Some people will tell you, don't send this to me anymore. I'm not interested, whatever.
That's one-time video that you could basically record, and you could send that out to, 1,000 customers, really.
Exactly.
Which would be, I mean, I've never got a written text message saying, hey, you want to sell your house, and from a real person, right? Like I get the little whatever crap in the mail and stuff, but nobody really comes to you like that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well,
Where did you get your contact list though? Like that's what I was kind of
Yeah.
curious about.
So good question.
Where does that come from?
So when I'm doing work on expireds or for sale by owners, the freeway, obviously for sale by owners is Zillow. You just go on there and click if you want it for free. It's very time consuming, very tedious, but there are a couple companies that I like to use from time to time, RedX and Vulcan 7. And they actually they scrub the FMLS and the MLS for any expired listings, which usually these are people that have already, they're interested in selling their home. They just listed it, it didn't sell, and now their contract with that realtor is up, so you're free to call them. And RedX and Vulcan 7 both have dialers, so it's efficient.
Yeah.
There's multiple line dialers. You can geo farm too, which is just basically you pick a neighborhood that you really want to specialize in. Like here, for instance, let's just say Vickery. If I wanted everybody's phone number in Vickery that's not on the do not call list, I can pay for that service and retain all those numbers, and then just start making phone calls to them to make sure they're still living there, if they're interested in selling, if they know of anybody that's interested in selling. Just those standard questions that you feel people out. But with those standard questions, you also want to ask, if you guys would like to meet for coffee down at for instance, Ranch Water, where Ty and I had lunch. It's a great way to just go down there. You have a drink with them, a club soda if it's during the day, or coffee. And then if it's in the evening, you have a cocktail or whatever. And you sit out there and, if they want to bring their kids down, I'll bring my daughter out and let the kids play on the turf. It's such a great atmosphere out there. So, and that's the key with these North Metro areas. There's always something to do that's fun and casual that you can actually genuinely meet somebody, and it doesn't have to be 100%
business only.
Yeah.
Is calling still a thing? Like, is that your go-to, is just picking up a phone and just old fashioned?
If I'm looking for listings, absolutely. I mean, that's number one. I have door knocked before, and because I wasn't the greatest on the phone starting off, and door knocking was fun too. But then you get into these neighborhoods where they're no soliciting, and if you do that, you'll get the police called on you, stuff like that. So there's several different ways. Mailers, which I do have a subscription to, for instance, AM cards, right? So AM cards, I just enter all the information for my CRM, for everybody in my database, put it in there, and then I mark when I want cards to get sent out annually, holidays. And AM cards, it's a monthly subscription, and they'll do everything for me. So it'll look like it's coming from me, and it is because I'm paying for it, but it's something that I can kind of take my mind off of and just keep being top of mind with my people. So
yeah, it's the best way. It's automated.
I love it, man. I was watching something the other day, and there's all these younger guys like people new to the industries, and our generation of people, we all kind of like gravitate towards this technology, but there's nothing that will really kind of replace the fundamentals of picking up the phone, going and talking with people. There's just a way to kind of leverage all of this stuff to make those kind of interactions happen more easily. And everyone's got the phone in their pocket. If you can send them a quick video and say, hey, let's meet at Ranch Water. Let's go grab a beer. Let's talk about what you want to do. Let's meet up. So I'm going to summarize. I've got a lot of lists here so if you're watching this video, we're going to put down in the links just some of the company names and services that Zach has mentioned and that we've mentioned, things like the Vidyard, AM cards, Falcon Drone Works, and all the different things. I just think this would be really valuable if you're in real estate or if you're in personal sales at all, and you're watching, you're trying to figure out, okay, what type of technology, how do I leverage that technology? I think this would be very helpful. But if you don't mind, guys, we're kind of shifted. We're getting close to the 20-minute mark. I want to try to shift to some of the old school stuff, talking about how you're involved in your community, some of the old school sales, kind of just being a face and being present. And Zach, you and I hit it way off really well because we have common background in sports and stuff. So tell us about kind of your other half of your business profession, how you kind of stay engaged.
Yeah. So right now I'm specializing as a buyer's agent. So my biggest thing is staying up to date on what's going on in the marketplace as far as, interest rates, anything pretty much coming from the Fed or lenders, I need to be on top of, and I need to have access to it right away. and I need to make sure I'm giving that out to my database right away as well. So I'll take snapshots of things our lending teams send us, just so I can educate my people on what's going on. And then on top of that, when you educate your clientele, your buyers, with all this, and then your market, you're studying your market every day. Like I have searches automated that my fearless leader Rebecca helped me do. It just every morning I check it. That's the first thing I do. See what new piece of inventory has come on the market in the price points where I'm doing the most business, and in the zip codes that I'm doing the most business. So I check that first thing in the morning before I do anything else. See if anything's come on, and if anything that I know, because I know my clients on a personal level, check this out. Even if I know we just closed a deal 2 months ago, check this out. You will love this. Do you know anybody that's interested in getting something like this? Boom. It's just a real quick, easy way. I'm staying on top and staying informed so I can keep my people informed, because when everybody's informed, you can move with confidence and not concern or caution. And in the market that we've experienced the past 3 years, I mean, if you're not moving with confidence, you're not getting the deal. Hopefully those multiple offer situations are declining a little bit now, but I mean, it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun beating out other people, so I'm for it.
No, you have a definitely unique approach to it for sure. I could see how people will gravitate more towards that. And this is when you would send that video that you were talking about, right?
Yes.
Just record something real quick and then be like, hey, yep, here it is.
Yep. And then on top of all that, I mean, as people in sales, people in a profession where you're serving people, you're being their advisor, you have to be out in front of people. Unfortunately, you can't just pick up the phone and dial all day unless that's really what you're about and that's really what you enjoy doing. Go for it. But on my team, I like to be out in the community. I like to be out with my daughter, having fun with other kids, talking to the parents. I like all of those things that bring a sense of community to my family, which I know that these families are out there looking for as well. So I go to networking events. I go to social gatherings. I get out of my house, because it's so easy to get stuck in the house. Oh, I don't have to go out to that event today. I've closed 3 deals this month. I'm good. Well, get your butt up and get out there to that event, even if you're only there for 20, 30 minutes to say hi to people. You never know what's going to happen when you get out of the house. And other than that, I mean, as long as you're consuming educational content and you're having these conversations and you're meeting with people, you're bringing value to your community. So, I mean, no matter how small it is, you're bringing them value. And that's the biggest part of it.
Yeah, I didn't want to go off of that. So you're present.
Yes.
You've got a life outside of work.
Yes.
Right. You're a personal trainer. You know many more people just outside of real estate. And I think any professional watching this, and we've all kind of learned that you can't just be in isolation. And, the work from home thing is great for a lot of people, but, activity breeds activity. Just you make a great point. So what you're doing today, you don't know what's going to come of that, 2 months, 3 months down the road, just because you were present and in the room. And another point I wanted to go off of is you were talking about how, you need information definitely from your lenders and other partners that you work with. And I guess one thing that I would stress, and I see this kind of happening in our Brews with Bros, networking group, if you want to call it a networking group, but, we're trying to find people that we can add value to each other's lives as professionals and keep each other informed. And, personally, we all may never do business together personally, but it's not about that. It's about, hey, I've got a guy that can help you with real estate. I've got a guy that can help you with any technology question. Dimitri helps me all the time with that kind of stuff. But
playing matchmaker, basically. I mean, I think that's a lot of what networking is, right?
Yeah, you're just seeking to be a valuable connector. And I think that's exactly what this Brews with Bros group's all about. But we're approaching 25 minutes here. I want to kind of keep this short. Any last words before I kind of wrap up? I want to just kind of let you guys say your piece and say one more thing about kind of anything we've talked about if we're missing something. But
I'll leave it with, I'll sign off with something I told one of my old sergeant majors one time when he asked me what my mottos are. And that is, complacency kills and negativity is a cancer. And if you're moving every day with with a drive, with a purpose, and with good intentions, you're going to get to somewhere that's a good place. It might not be
Yeah.
where you thought you'd end up, but it's going to be a better place than carrying on life, loving to hate life. So
Yeah.
that's my 2 cents.
And people love to be around people like that. And then you kind of find out that you'll have more people like with that attitude around you as well. So, Dima, anything to add before I close this
Yeah,
down,
no,
man?
I like that a lot. Yeah, don't be lazy and don't suck is the main takeaway.
Hey, amen to that.
All right. Well, Zach, appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for coming on, man. And if you're watching this podcast, this is something that we have enjoyed doing. We've had a handful of these episodes, and if you're watching this, you've probably been to one of our Brews with Bros. If you haven't been to a Brews with Bros, it's nothing fancy. We created just a community group where we were shaking hands with each other at what was it, chamber events and whatnot. We decided just to form a group that's regular, that meets at different breweries in the North Atlanta, North Georgia area. And so the second Thursday of every month, we'll post a new place that we're meeting, usually from about 4:30 to 6:30. Give you a good excuse to take off early in the day and put the paperwork away and go have a beer with some people and just have that regular interaction. Bring business cards if you want, but we've got a Facebook page, Brews with Bros. We'll put a link down in the description. Would love to have you make some good connections. Not a salesy atmosphere, but there to learn from each other and just have some camaraderie. So, guys, I've appreciated your time. Thank you so much for joining us, Zach. Learned a lot from you. And this is us signing off. Thanks for watching.
Definitely. Thanks,
Have a
guys.
good one. Thanks, guys.